The test of high sorcery. It begins with you, Mooncatch, having arrived at Calaman. You came with the refugees, having escaped from Vogler. The rest of your party was busy getting the refugees situated, getting everyone ashore, getting camp made, getting fires built, when you noticed that Lord Baccaris and Baccaris the Younger were leaving the camp and heading toward the town of Calaman. So you, naturally curious, followed them on into Calaman. You recalled when you arrived in Calaman that there was a shop there and a kender there that knew all kenders across all of Ansalon. So you, of course, were curious about that, and you headed off to Malura's Oddities. Malura is a silver-haired kender woman with a bright smile who claims to know every kender in the city, and all kender new to town are directed to her so they can swap stories and news, and that's where Schnog and Milo would be met. So want to do some quick character intros?
So my character is Mooncatch Stardancer, a Kender red-robed sorcerer. Not yet taken the test, but pretty sure he is already blessed by Lunatari. And he is really excited to be in this region because he heard that there's some amazing wine, that it's noted for its wine, and maybe he could find some good stuff to take back to the rest of the party, and everybody will have a good time.
All right, and then Schnog.
Schnog is a gnome artificer.
I figured this would be kind of like a prequel for Schnog before the events of Dragon of Destiny, where this is how he gets embroiled with the mages of high sorcery, and they send him to go join the Solamnic army.
That sounds good.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And his goal is to find out how to create perfect automation.
Automaton?
Perfect automation. So, you guys also meet Milo, another kender here that Malura introduces you to. So, Milo, what kind of class are you?
You are a rogue.
I'm a rogue.
All right. So then, from there, you remember, Mooncatch, you were given a scroll. Do you remember finding that scroll?
Yeah. Didn't I find it? Didn't the wizard at that first test, the little pre-test, give it to me?
Sure did, and told you to find a person named Waihan here in Calaman. So asking around town in Calaman, you find out there's a place called Waihan's Apothecary. So going to check out Waihan's Apothecary, you see a foggy windowed establishment. Inside there's a collection of charms and occult trappings for sale, and luckily you come during the day when it's open. The modest shop smells of licorice and pepper. It has a few meager tables displaying good luck charms, odd animal bones, and vials advertising various remedies. And at the rear of the shop is a human woman with raven hair and a dark dress with feathered wing-like sleeves, standing behind a counter. And the counter is heaped with open books. She looks up from her reading, eyes you with disinterest, and then goes back to her book. This woman seems to fit the bill of the person you're looking for.
And I'm supposed to give her the scroll, right?
Affirmative.
All right. I kind of go into the shop. I'm, looking at all of the various stuff, looking at the good luck charms, the animal bones, comparing them with the animal bones that, maybe I've already got. And eventually I make my way up there and say, is this scroll yours? And I show her the scroll.
She nods, takes the scroll, and opens it immediately.
And I've already opened it, right?
Yeah. You have, I assume, already opened it.
Yeah. I read
it. You think might know that you've opened. She has a series of questions for you. She's skeptical that you are indeed been sent here by the wizards. And she says, why do you think you're worthy of using magic?
My name is Mooncatch Stardancer, and clearly that name means that I was chosen by Lunatari. I've got this red robe, and I show her this kind of red cloak type thing I have tied around my neck and waist, and I can cast magic. And I already took one test, and I passed it, and I saved a wizard in Wayrath, and I went there and saw them, and they said, hey, you can try it because clearly something's going on there. And I heard somebody say,
she holds up a hand. She says, I've been warned that you would come. Do you serve your magic, or does your magic serve you?
Oh, that's a good question. No, I don't think that my magic's ever served me. Usually I get up to get my own stuff. I am able to go and I have to go and get my own cup and fill it up with water, and I have to cook my own food. But then again, I've never actually served magic. I don't know. How would you serve magic, do you think? You think that you would use I do got a fork and a spoon. I suppose I could give it to my magic. What do you think it likes?
She holds up her hand again, and she says, I think I've asked enough questions. I don't think this is a good idea, but I've been told to send you to the Wayward Forest anyway, to proceed immediately with your test, because it's urgent. So, with that, she takes you all to a back room, where there's a teleportation circle, and she asks you to step onto it. So, before you step onto the teleportation circle, which will take you to the Wayward Forest, do you want to cast any spells, like Mage Armor or anything like that?
Probably not, because I don't think I have any.
Do you want to purchase anything from her shop? She has, like, potions of healing, potions of climbing, scrolls of 0-level spells and 1st-level spells, for example.
Yeah, I would, I'll purchase a potion of healing.
And that goes for all of you. So if any of you other characters have any gold on you, let's see, here's the prices for everything.
You don't.
Stog might, right?
Yeah, but he's saving up to get the gem for his automaton.
Gotcha. Okay, well, after you collect the gear you want to purchase, she fires up the teleportation circle, which flares to light. You all step through it and find yourselves on the edge of the Wayward Forest. The ancient forest should hold the Tower of Wayward within. The forest is blackened and withered branches entwine, creating a dense skeletal canopy that blocks all light from the moons, Solanari and Lunitari above. Out of the corner of your eye, you swear you see movement between dead hollow trunks, accompanied by red eyes that glow in the darkness. Thick fog curls around your feet, crawling up your body and slipping into your mouth, leaving a taste of death behind. When you step into the forest, this once near impenetrable wall of dead trees transforms before your eyes, and previously decayed branches bloom with vigorous life, forming familiar leaves and flowers that remind you of journeys past. You walk along the way for hours, accompanied only by the sound of your footsteps and rustling trees. As you approach a bend, you hear groans and whispers fill the air, rushing past your face and ears. When you search for the source of the eerie sounds, your attention is drawn to a ghostly hand that extends from the shadows of the path, off the path. You see skeletal fingers curling, beckoning you toward it. Do you want to ignore it and go on, or go check it out?
Oh yeah, I'll go check it out.
All right. As you approach the hand, you see that the arm it is attached to simply slips into darkness, leaving you to imagine what the rest of the body looks like. A disembodied voice floats from the shadows, raspy and rattling, as the hand takes yours in its chilling grasp. Another youngling, brought here by the lure of the tower. Tell me, as you march towards death, what are you most haunted by?
Well, I saw a ghost outside of a shrine to the Kiri Jolith, and so I think probably him, although we defeated him, so maybe not.
The ghostly hand withdraws, the voice within the darkness touching words under its death-rattling breath. It says, while the test may provide you great fortune, no person has left those walls untouched by the ghosts of their trials. You may yet join us here in the shadows. The ghostly hand vanishes, leaving you alone in the darkness. You continue walking down the trail. The trees begin to part, unfurling to reveal a clearing, bathed in moonlight. You guys see a group of small fairies, clothed in splashes of glittering dew and bright flowers. They dance in a raucous circle. Their feet are stomping along the edges of a strange symbol carved on the ground. The fey creatures join their voices in song, a childlike rhyme floating through the air. They say, 4 hopeful mages enter the woods. 3 get scared by the ghosts. 2 enter the foreboding tower, and 1 dies with only vain hopes. They giggle and cackle at that. Then their heads turn in synchronous motion when they notice you standing there. Here comes a hopeful mage and his friends, one of the fairies titters. How long do you think they'll last? Asks another. Poor thing, going to their death and doom, a third chimes in. If they're smart, they'll turn back around, a fourth declares. But they could survive if they eat this, a fifth says. And with a wave of their hand, they reveal a piece of fluffy white bread, fresh and sweet. When they stop dancing, the symbol on the ground flickers with glowing light. You feel a powerful hum of arcane energy emanating from it. Do you want to check out the symbol? You want to take the bread? What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'll check out the symbol first.
Okay. Ignoring the fairies and their taunting song, you walk toward the symbol carved on the ground. The sigil is a circle that frames 5 entwined lines. The intersection is marked by ancient runes. As the fairies dance, their footsteps mar and desecrate the carving, and the symbol pulses dark red with each motion. Go ahead and each of you make an Arcana check or a Religion check, whichever you're best at. They're both intelligence checks. Okay, looks like you got a 17, Mooncatch. Anyone beat a 17?
Plus 5 Arcana for plus 5 for you. This is Schnog.
Okay. Not for Schnog.
And then, well, we'll just see if Milo. Nope.
Okay, well, Mooncatch, you recognize the symbol as a sign of power belonging to Takisis, the Queen of Darkness, goddess of evil dragons and domination. The wild dance of the fairies is not just a frivolous whimsy. The dance is fey magic that weakens the unholy power of the symbol, leeching away Takisis' mark on this region of Wayward forest. As you're about to walk away from the symbol, you hear a whisper, soft and velvety. Please, adventurer, stop these terrible creatures from destroying me. I promise I will reward you richly. Will you let the fairies continue dancing and marring the symbol, or will you try to stop the fairies?
Since I know that the symbol is the symbol of Takisis, and I don't like Takisis, I will join with the fairies in their dance, because that looks fun.
All right. The fairies continue their wild dance, you helping them. The crimson light of the strange symbol slowly fades until it becomes dark and silent. The fairies then stop dancing and giggle to each other as if they share a strange, secret joke you aren't part of. Hope you remembered all that. We won't be helping you again, one of the fairies declares between fits of merry laughter. And we get a note something. Can you type this into the chat there, Josh?
Type what?
Type watched a fae dance. Watched a fae dance. These things that we record you having done could impact your success or failure of the test. So watch the fae dance. Okay. In the blink of an eye, the clearing vanishes, along with the fairies and mysterious symbols. Before you stand imposing gold and silver gates. The Tower of Wayrath looms above your head. And so that's this picture here, the Tower of Wayrath. Here.
Cool.
Polished silver and gold arches loom above you. The gates metal twisting in ornate patterns that reflect the eternal or the ethereal moonlight. You can see a courtyard of dust and stone through the bars. You see overgrown weeds creeping through cracks and crevices. There's no person in sight, yet you feel like someone is watching your every movement. Just before you place your hand on the gates, they swing open, allowing you to step into the courtyard beyond. You take a breath and steel yourself beneath the shadow of the Tower of High Sorcery. You know this is your last step before it is too late to turn back. When you take your first step beyond the gates, 4 connected mage towers rise into the night sky. The wall around the towers forms an equilateral triangle, decorated with depictions of Kryn's moons in different phases. The towers themselves are crafted from black stone and etched with glowing stained glass and arcane runes. The 2 tallest towers lean precariously, looking as though they could topple over at any moment. Between you and the Tower of Wayrath awaits a dusty, unspectacular-looking courtyard. Your footsteps echo against the stone, leaving imprints in the dust. The feeling of being watched intensifies, the sensation prickling up your back, and you turn around quickly. Right before your eyes stands a nervous half-elven woman, wringing her hands, a ratty apprentice robe wrapped around her mousy form. She says, hello. I'm sorry if I startled you. I was just... Her words trip over each other in their quickness, her voice vibrating from anxiety. Well, I've been waiting here for a while to take my test, and I was starting to think I was the only one here. So I was beginning to doubt if I was even in the right place, but then you showed up. So maybe you two are a mage here to take the... She takes a deep breath in, her voice lowering to a conspiratorial whisper. The test of high sorcery. Before you can even answer... She looks you up and down, her hands now coming to press to her cheeks in embarrassment. What am I talking about? Of course you're here for the test, otherwise you wouldn't have made it through the Wayward forest. Letting out a sigh, she collects herself and sticks out her hand to you. I'm Kyrian. That's Kyrian. Kyrian. I'm Kyrian. It's nice to meet another mage hopeful here. It's been pretty scary waiting here alone. Honestly, it's terrifying to think about the test, too. I'm worried that I'm going to fail and die, or maybe I'll say the wrong thing to the mages and they'll kick me out, or maybe I'm not even supposed to be here in the first place, and me trying to be a mage is all just a big mistake. She sheepishly claps her hands over her mouth and goes silent for a moment before she slowly speaks through her cupped fingers. Sorry, I ramble a lot when I'm nervous. I'm just so uncertain about what's waiting in the tower, you know?
Yeah, no, that's... you don't have to say sorry. I'm happy to be here. I'll help you. I don't know what's in the tower either, but, there's only one way to find out, and that's to go in the tower. So you ready to go in the tower?
I guess, yeah.
Then let's go.
Relief washes over her face, and she smiles. It sometimes seems like everyone knows what they're doing, and it's kind of nice to hear someone so certain.
Oh, yeah. I'm always certain, even when I'm wrong.
But I'm wrong. Let's see here. Her look of uncertainty turns to admiration. You really seem to know what you're doing. I'm only taking the test because magic is the only thing I'm okay at, and because my parents and grandparents were mages too. She looks at you eagerly leaning in. Can you tell me what gives you so much confidence? I mean, there has to be something that motivates you, right?
Yeah, well, I was chosen by Lunatari at some point. I don't know when or exactly how, but I just am sure that happened. Somehow I got this magic device in my pouch, and that could have only happened if I was chosen to be a wizard. So, knowing that I have this destiny or density. Well, density. I've got density that I will definitely be able to pass it. Or I won't. But either way, it'll be really interesting.
Are you trying to gain power and riches, or are you trying to help people, or just move on from your past?
I like helping people. I like meeting people and helping people. I guess moving on from my past, because you always want to move forward. Going backwards, no fun.
Kyrian smiles widely and grasps your hands as you're flailing them about, talking to her. She says, you really seem like a nice person when I was watching you from the other side of the courtyard, and now I know you're one. I think we all should try to help people when we can. Everyone deserves a little help sometimes, right? I mean, I'd like to think so anyhow.
Oh, me too.
The large wooden door of the fore tower creaks open on its own, inviting you to step inside. Kyrian looks at you, her demeanor bright. I think that's her cue.
All right.
You can note the helping hand trait. Helping hand. All right. The antechamber. As soon as you enter the Tower of High Sorcery, you are greeted by two mages wearing red robes, their eyes keen but silent in their assessment of you. A group of other would-be mages is assembled in the large entrance antechamber. Some are sitting in quiet meditation, while others are chatting and gossiping. A wealthy-looking human looks over at Kyrian and snickers to his three companions. Kyrian bows her head, looking away as the man swaggers over to the two of you, hands in the pockets of his luxurious and well-groomed clothes. He says, looks like they'll let anyone take the test these days. His eyes he sneers when he looks at you, Mooncatch, and then his eyes fix on Kyrian. The half-elf woman tries to shrink away and hide behind you. Little mice who don't know what they're doing should go home and hide in their little holes. The test of high sorcery is for real magic users only. You'll be ripped to shreds, says the elder mage. Kyrian tries to speak, but only manages to squeak and blush in shame.
Who are you? You seem like you know what you're doing. Have you taken the test before?
The man chuckles as you step forward and speak with them. Make a charisma persuasion check. And wait, before you do that, Schnog or Milo, are either of you trained in charisma persuasion?
Milo's wandered off.
Okay, so Schnog, are you trained in charisma persuasion?
Nope.
As Kinder do. I figured this might happen, so that's why I made him a Kinder.
I'm going to put him to the side. When he gets back, just let me know.
I will do that.
Okay. Schnog, are you trained in persuasion?
He is not.
Not. Okay, so that's a 16 on your persuasion check. Oh, well done. The man's hand tightens in a fist for just a moment before he looks around at the gawking crowd, then back to you with a scowl. Looks like the mouse is a guard dog, after all. He turns around and walks back to his companions in a huff, leaving you and Kyrian in peace. Kyrian smiles at you, taking her hand once more, and says, "Thank you. It really means a lot that you would help me out there. And if I can, I'll try to help you out too, to return the favor. The two of you chat until the red robe mages call for you to enter the dining hall. The dining hall features a blazing hearth. In its center, a long table sits surrounded by several chairs, with just enough seats for each test taker present. Supper is hot and fresh, with plenty for each mage to have their fill. While much of the large spread of food you are familiar with, there are stranger dishes entirely foreign to you. While the good meal and refreshing drinks are comforting in some ways, the tension in the air is palpable. Some of the test takers talk quietly and lightly to each other, while others stare grimly down at their plates, like this might be the last meal before their doom. Kyrian looks like she's about ready to faint. At the same time, the pompous young mage seems unfazed by the gravity of your collective situation. Dinner comes and goes quickly, whether you speak with your other nervous would-be mages or keep to yourself, and before long you are each escorted to individual chambers to rest for the night. And it's 30 minutes in, so we'll take a quick break here. And also, what do you think so far, Josh?
I'm loving it so far.
Are you loving it? Okay. Just wanted to make sure you weren't bored or anything like that.
I'm not. Are you?
I'm not at all. And it's totally okay, if Patrick, you want to come and go. There's not a whole lot of combat or, a lot of opportunity to interact. Like you had some just now, and there'll be more like that, but you certainly don't have to wait around if you don't want.
I think he really just likes seeing watching it, and knowing he could be a part of it.
Sounds good.
Tom, he couldn't last. So he may wander back, but he may not.
Okay, let's go on then. Let's see, just had dinner. And so you're escorted to your private chambers. The guest chambers prepared for the mages of high sorcery are small, but very elegant. There's pleasing herbal and citrus scents filling the room, mixed with the odor of old parchment and a hint of nutmeg. Moonlight spills through a large green stained glass window near a luxurious four-post bed, diffusing the room with an ethereal glow. A small hearth stays lit with a magical flame that keeps the room warm even on a cold night. Near the hearth, a claw-footed bathtub has been drawn with steaming hot water. Soft towels and vials of multicolored bath salts fill a rack nearby the inviting bath. There's a simple bookshelf there, stuffed with books of every shape and size. There's a study table with a wooden chair. Dozens of names have been carved into the underside of the table. A few of the oldest carved names include Naleb Kortki, Gadrella of Tarsus, Karl Bavelerch, Chulzurk, and Ronald Greeley. There's an inert scrying orb there with a platinum base that resembles a dragon's claw. And tonight might be your last, and time is short. So you spend it wisely. You can take a short rest, copy or prepare spells, and purchase other basic downtime activities. You might also enjoy some of the room's luxuries or investigate its intriguing items. So I'm going to copy this for you, and so you know what the rules are for the things you can do here. 6. And this will come up where you get, rest points in the adventure. Now, since the only thing you've done so far is make a skill check, you probably don't need a rest, but this will give you an idea of what you can do.
Yeah, I do not need a rest. And I'm a sorcerer, so I don't really need to copy spells. I'll definitely carve my name into the bottom of the
Nice.
table.
And do you see the destiny points there so that you know how those work?
Yes, I do.
All right. Okay, so tonight, all right, so when you're done, you can go on. You can take a hot bubble bath. You can lay down on a comfortable bed. You can sit on the table to examine the orb. You can investigate the bookshelf to find study materials. So you can do any 2 of those 4 things.
Okay. Well, I will say that since the orb is on the table, that the first thing Mooncatch will do is carve his name on the table, and then when he's done carving his name on the table, he'll see the orb and decide to look at the orb and examine the orb.
Okay. When you investigate the orb further, its dim interior begins to glow with a pale blue light. The glass sphere rattles within its dragon claw base. Shapes begin to form within the orb, half shrouded in mist. You observe a sailing ship with a monstrous lightning storm. The vision shifts after a few moments, revealing a large red door etched with glowing arcane runes. Then the image changes again, showing a tall, crumbling tombstone, behind which stands a shadowy figure with an outstretched hand. At last, the light inside the orb dims until it is merely a pale flicker. If you want to try and use the orb to focus on any of the images, or to conjure any of them again, you can try with an intelligence arcana check.
All right,
And Schnog, you can make an intelligence arcana check, and if you succeed, you grant advantage to Mooncatch.
I'll start with Schnog. What, yours is a +5?
Yeah, I have a...
Alright, so this is Schnog's.
Good. Okay, so now you get to make one with advantage.
Alright, so here we go. Oh!
Nice. Okay. If you succeed, you can focus on one of the images you saw and attempt to conjure it again in more detail. There's the ship, the large red door, the tombstone.
The large red door.
The large red door? Okay.
The red would have caught his attention.
Right. The swirling mists inside the orb dissipate, revealing a vision of one possible future. You witness yourself in the vision, standing in a narrow, bone-littered dungeon corridor. Before you is a large door made from crimson metal, etched with strange ruins that fill the hallway with cold white light. At waist height on the door is a hand-shaped hole. You watch yourself turn from the door and pick up a skeletal hand from the ground, then stick it through the hole in the door. The hole suddenly closes around the skeletal hand, trapping it in the door. After a few seconds, the door opens inward. You don't wait to see what is on the other side, though. You immediately turn and run all the way through the dead end on the other side of the hall. All the way toward the dead end on the other side of the hall. A moment later, mist clouds the inside of the orb. Its light dims, then goes out entirely. The vision ends. And note the scryed the arcane door trait.
Scryed the arcane door.
Alright. Then, okay, so that was the orb. Now you can go back to your other choices were the hot bubble bath, the comfortable bed, investing in the bookshelf.
Yeah, I just don't see Mooncatch passing up a nice bubble bath.
Okay. The inviting bath calls to you after disrobing and sprinkling magical bath salts into the tub. You sink into its steamy water. As the magical salts begin to work, multicolored bubbles begin to rise to the foaming surface. Your muscles relax and the bubbles continue to rise. A few stray white, red, and black bubbles drift away from the bath and float slowly about the room. You can see dreamlike images of your possible futures within the floating bubbles. Each a vision of yourself but older, wearing different colored robes. The vision contains other figures too, people you have not yet met but you somehow know might become important to you. You try to hold on to the details of the images before the bubbles pop, but like most dreams, their details begin to fade from memory once they are out of view. The rest of your bath is very soothing but uneventful. You gain inspiration, and you do too, Schnog. Additionally, after you finish your next long rest, you're going to gain some temporary hit points. So I'm going to write that down. 10 hit points after long rest. And once you're done with that, your private time becomes suddenly interrupted by 3 loud knocks upon the chamber door. Without warning, the door flies open and 3 mages of high sorcery sweep into the room, each wearing different colored robes. You recognize them immediately, the leaders of the orders of the white robes, red robes, and black robes. The black-robed archmage enters last. When they do, the magical fire in the room's hearth dims, and the chamber grows colder. I hope you have found our accommodations relaxing, encouraging, a well-deserved respite. The white-robed mage's voice is soothing, full of empathy, but a little sad. I hope you have not wasted that little time might be left to you on mundane frivolities. The black-robed mage interjects, their inflection bordering on threatening. Their time here is their time. How they spend it is not our concern. We are simply here to interview them and craft their test of high sorcery. Let us waste no more time, ours or theirs, by bickering. The red-robed mage moves between the others and speaks with calm authority. A moment later, the mages turn toward you and gesture for you to take a seat at the stone table. Let us begin, the mages say in unison. Once you and Schnog are seated, your interview begins. It's difficult to help but feel small, seated at a little study table with 3 of the most powerful archmages in the world staring at you from beneath their cowls. A long moment passes before the red-robed mage gestures gently around the room. The figure speaks, their firm but curious gaze locked upon you. You being here means your sponsorship to take the test of high sorcery has been accepted. Before we continue with this interview, understand that we will be using sorcery to peer into your mind and ensure you cannot lie to us. If you have protections against mind reading, now is the time to remove them. If you resist our magic, as is your right, your time here at the Tower of Wayward will be at an end. With a hint of compassion in their voice, the white-robed mage adds, simply speak the truth. Be honest with us and yourself. It is essential to the integrity of the test and your growth as a mage. The white-robed figure then sets a copper piece down on the table in front of you and rubs their thumb over its surface until it begins to glow faintly. You did not come this far to turn back now. Once you agreed to the terms, the white-robed mage casts Detect Thoughts, and the red-robed mage casts Zone of Truth, centered around the study table. For the remainder of the interview, the archmages can look into your mind, and you cannot lie to any question they ask. You can feel their presence in your mind already. It is gentle enough, but it itches slightly in a way that is difficult to comprehend. The black-robed mage rubs one palm over their knuckles. They speak with a voice like honeyed poison, a little louder than a whisper. While I'm certain you already know of the gods of magic, their realms of influence, and their corresponding moons, I would hate to overestimate you, so let us review. There is Nuatari, the black, god of magic used to pursue personal ambition, wealth, influence, and revenge. Luntari, the red, goddess of magic used to maintain balance, unravel mysteries, and embrace personal freedoms. And last of all, Solanari, the white, god of magic used patiently and compassionately to create a better world. Better by whose standards, though? I do wonder. The red-robed mage clears their throat and taps a finger against an amulet around their neck. The white-robed mage purses their lips tightly, but says nothing at the snide comments about their order. The black-robed mage continues to whisper, smiling a little too wide for comfort. White, red, and black, 3 gods of magic, 3 orders of high sorcery who, as much as we bicker and disagree, work together to further the advancement of magic craft. Assuming you survive your test, which seems very unlikely if I'm being honest, which order would you join?
Red robes.
Yeah, red. I'd choose red.
Okay, note the choose Lunatari trait. The red-robed mage offers you a small smile and slight nod, then explains of course you cannot simply declare which order you will join. The test itself will determine to which god you are best aligned, though your answer is certainly noted. The white-robed mage clasps their hands together, softly interlocks their fingers, and then steps forward to speak. Even the greatest mages in history experienced moments of imposter syndrome. If we accept them as parts of who we are, fear and anxiety can be a source of strength and wisdom. An honest understanding of one's weaknesses is a mage's greatest strength. The red-robed mage steps forward to stand next to the white-robed figure. They look through you as though you were made of clean glass. Subtlety and fortitude are also strengths great mages possess. But which of these 2 strengths is your weakness? Subtlety or fortitude?
Fortitude would be my weakness, right?
Yeah. Okay, so you can note lacks fortitude trait.
So I definitely have subtlety. Oh, maybe I don't have subtlety.
Yeah. Note lacks fortitude.
Hold on, let me. All right, I'll fit lacks. Fortitude is like your. No, I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry. Patrick was asking me about what fortitude was, and so I would think that Mooncatch would lack subtlety and would probably recognize that he lacks subtlety.
Okay, so you can say unsettled is your trait. Unsubtle.
Unsubtle. Fortitude's like strength of character, like you know, having a strong constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Subtle is your ability to be. Well, you know what subtlety is, don't you? Like if you're subtle, you do stuff not necessarily sneakily, but not ostentatiously, not obviously.
Mm-hmm. The red-robed mage clicks their tongue to the roof of their mouth twice, then takes a step back away from you. After a long moment of silence, the white-robed mage holds up their hand and taps 3 fingers to their heart. Strength does not only come from the gods, or even ourselves. It comes from others. No mage should isolate themselves with only their books to keep them company. After speaking, the white-robed figure hesitates for a moment, then nods quickly aside to their fellow mages. The black-robed mage licks their lips, then draws 2 objects out from their robes. In one hand, they hold a tuft of brown bat fur, and they grip a small dropper bottle of pitch in the other. The mage squeezes a single drop of pitch onto the clump of bat fur. They roll their wrist, waving the pitch-stained fur in front of their lips. Then speak a string of arcane words that sound like a hissing snake. A flood of magical darkness blacker than any night you have ever seen spills from the mage's mouth, enveloping you completely. From beyond the darkness, the white-robed mage speaks again, their voice like thunder. Imagine that you are sailing through a storm. Dark clouds smother the moonlight. The sea rages, looking to swallow you, and your mast has shattered. Who is your anchor in the storm?
Oh, I assume you mean metaphorically, because I would never throw anybody over the side of the ship in order to try to hold the boat down. That would be cruel. Metaphorically, I would say that my anchor would be a SOLAMNIC knight who I've met. Her name's like Scathak or something like that. She corrects me a lot. I don't think she's right, but it's really nice of her to try to help me out.
All right. Note, imagined a companion as a trait. And after you think of your anchor, the black-robed mage whispers into the darkness surrounding you. It is my turn now. The black-robed mage begins to chant arcane words, their song beautiful and dreadful all at once. It seems to come from everywhere around you in the magical darkness. When the song ends abruptly, there is only silence. Then a terrifying vision assaults your mind until you feel like your skull might split open. You see yourself standing against a small, silent crowd in a graveyard. All of their faces are featureless, blank slates of flesh. You push through the faceless crowd to the front of the gathering and look down at the headstone resting at the edge of a freshly dug, open grave. It is your name carved on the tombstone. Someone's familiar laugh rings out from behind you. You turn around to see someone new standing in front of the faceless crowd, grinning and arms crossed. They are someone from your past who bullied and tormented you, and their voice is just like you remember. You really think you'll survive the test? You have no idea what they will do with you in there, and I'll be there too, watching from the best seat in the house. I want my laugh to be the last thing you hear when you die, the figure says. They point and laugh at you, and that laughter is echoed from the surrounding woods. A pack of hyenas slinks out from behind the trees, their maddening cackles growing to a fevered pitch. Your tormentor cackles too, watching gleefully as the hyenas creep toward you with hunger in their eyes. You instinctively take a small step back, almost slipping on the soft ground and falling into your own grave. Surrounded by nightmares, you hear the black-robed mage's voice echo in your mind. Fight me! Show me you have control, that you are the master of your mind, and not I. You realize that you can choose to attempt to push any of the nightmares from your mind. To push your funeral from your mind, you must make DC 13 intelligence saving throw. And before you do, what's your trait that gives you like bonuses for fear? Let's see here. I'm going to click the button. Advantage on a save to avoid or end the frightened. Yeah, okay, so you can make this intelligence saving throw with advantage.
Right. For you.
Nice, 18. You successfully pushed the funeral from your mind, and so now you can try and push the cackling hyenas from your mind. To do that, another DC. This is a wisdom save, which you also have advantage on.
Oh, that's only an 11.
It's an 11. You can succeed instead once per long rest.
Yes, I will succeed.
Okay. And then to push your tormentor from your mind, you must make a charisma saving throw. Again, DC 13 with advantage. Made it. If you successfully rid your mind of all three nightmares, note the mastered your fears trait. At last the nightmares fade, either through your sheer willpower. You hear the red-robed mage's voice nearby, its tone balanced between empathy and resolve. The test of high sorcery is a forge, and your soul is the metal its fire transforms. Push yourself, challenge your beliefs, face your demons head on. Prove to the gods what sort of mage you will become, but first rest. Tomorrow night it begins. Then the darkness fades and you find yourself standing in the middle of your guest chamber. The Archmage is nowhere to be seen. The chamber's bookshelves have mysteriously vanished along with the scrying ore. Even the hot bathwater is gone, leaving behind only an empty tub. Thankfully, the mage has left you the study table, the comfortable bed, and the blazing hearth to keep you warm. You realize that you are on your own until you finish your test of high sorcery. After your nerves are calm, you can spend the rest of the night making final preparations for your test by attuning to magic items, preparing spells, and finishing your downtime activities. And then you get to do a long rest. And your 10 hit points, you get a roll for. You get 2d... let's see here. 2d6. Go ahead and roll 2d6. And Schnog, you can roll 2d6 for your 10 hit points.
All right. Start with mine, and then Schnog.
Nice.
Tom, real fast. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Does the book say who the heads of the orders are?
It might. Not in the section I'm looking at, though. I might have to look that up.
I'm going to tell you who I think it is. I had to look up the black robe.
Mm-hmm.
But is it LaDonna for black, Justarius for red, and Parsalian for white?
I don't know, but I'll look that up. I think it's for sure Parsalian. I'll have to look at the others. After you finish your long rest, the next day. The night before your test passes dreamlessly in peaceful comfort. The next day at the Tower of Wayrath is quiet, and the aspiring mages you met the day before are nowhere to be found, perhaps having already begun their tests. As the long isolated hours pass, the sun rises and falls. You take a walk around the silent towers to the areas open to you and out to the empty moonlit courtyard, where the red moon, Nuatari, soars in the high conjunction, casting red light on the world below. Coming back from your walk, you peek into the grand hall, where the leaders of the conclave gather. The Hall of Mages is an immense obsidian chamber with 60-foot dome ceiling. 20 chairs sit in shadows, while one central chair gives off a cold white glow, the hall's only light source. All 21 chairs face the north wall. The longer you stare into the room, the longer the chamber grows before your eyes. You can imagine the history of the place. Spells of incredible power weaved by the world's greatest mages, and the critical decisions made here about the future of the conclave. You realize you are now a part of that history, however small or great your destiny proves to be. At last, you turn away from the Hall of Mages and find that you are not where you were previously. You stand at the bottom of a spiraling set of black stone stairs. The passage behind you has vanished entirely, and where the door to the Hall of Mages stood is now only a dead-end wall. You begin to climb the stairs, and it slowly dawns on you that you have been summoned to begin your test of high sorcery. The spiral stairwell seems to go on forever, lit by torches on the right wall that burn with white, red, and black magical flames. At last, you see the landing at the top of the stairs. Beyond the stairs, beyond stand simple wooden double doors with a pair of silver door knockers. Along the left wall, a large painted portrait hangs at even intervals. Large painted portraits hang at even intervals, portraying various past mages of high sorcery. You can investigate the portraits or head on to the doors.
Oh yeah, I'll look at the portraits.
Portraits? Okay. There's 12 of them. No apparent reason for the order they're in. The painted mages wear a balance of black, red, and white robes. They all look very different from one another, featuring numerous races. Some of the paintings reveal scowling or bored expressions, while others are more whimsical and obviously don't take themselves too seriously. The final 5 paintings pique your interest. The first is of a black-robed kender with an enormous, dazzling smile, who wears a pointy hat and a monocle. The second portrait portrays a tall, red-robed high ogre. This might be important, so I'm going to copy this for you here. Let's see here. All right. There you can see the paintings. So you have the black-robed kender. The second is a tall, red-robed high ogre with an amulet. The third is a shy-looking black-robed human woman. The fourth is a white-robed elven woman. All of them, from every sort of background, took their test of high sorcery and survived. Maybe you will too. The final painting has no frame, is entirely black. Looking at it makes your skin crawl and you feel like someone is watching you from the other side of this shadowy canvas. You can hurry past the black portrait, or you can try and pierce the veil through the black portrait with an Intelligence Arcana check, DC 19.
Ooh.
Or you could do a spell like Detect Magic, Detect Thoughts, Identify, or See Invisibility to help you peer through the veil.
Let me see what I got.
And you can help Schnog if you have any of those spells. Detect Magic, Detect Thoughts, Identify, or See Invisibility.
No. Lost Detect Magic. Just making sure. Yeah, I don't. And I don't see that there's any possible way of me making this Arcana check, but I just don't see Mooncatch not trying to see what's behind the black veil. So I'm going to try it.
Okay. With Schnog's help, you can make it with advantage. So, DC 19 Intelligence Arcana.
Here we go. Nope.
Can I try it?
No.
No, you helped me.
You helped him.
That's why you got the
advantage.
Let's see. You stare into the inky void, and it stares back at you, but remains a mystery. So, on to the doors. At first glance, the thick wooden doors at the top of the stairs are mundane compared to everything else you have observed. However, you quickly notice they have no handle or lock. The only distinguishing features is a pair of remarkably detailed silver door knockers resembling your own face, with no other obvious way into the testing grounds. You grab one of the silver knockers and rap it against the door 3 times. A moment later, the double doors open. Beyond lies the familiar Fey-haunted woods you pass through to find the Tower of High Sorcery. Heavy fog rolls across Wayward Forest. You can see the eerie red eyes of unknowable creatures flitting through the mist. You step through the door and into the forest. When you turn around, the Tower of High Sorcery is simply gone, vanished. Strange shapes made of mist dart about at the corners of your vision. Indecipherable sounds echo from deeper in the shadow-shrouded forest. Your test has begun. The misty air is thick with the feeling of anticipation. The trees' dead branches are still, and weird red-eyed creatures float in the mist. Solinari and Lunatari peer through the canopy, shining silvery and red moonlight down upon you. You sigh, and your voices echo snakes into your ear. And so it begins. Let's see. Did we have uncertain about the future or unresolved business?
Neither of those sounded. No.
Okay. Let me do a quick search for those. See if I missed one of them just to make sure. All right. Since you have neither of those, you can pick which of those two you want to go with. Uncertain. Do you have any uncertainty about your future or any unresolved business that is in the back of your...
I mean, Mooncatch, let me think. Yeah, unresolved business, I guess. Unresolved business, because that, the red robe who gave him the device that set him on this journey, but then forgot that he gave him the device and wanted the device back, but Mooncatch had already left, wandered off by then. Mooncatch suspects he's still looking for him to see if Mooncatch used the device the way it was supposed to be used.
Okay.
Or get it back.
Gotcha.
That's not the way Mooncatch would think about it.
Okay. Then footsteps you hear footsteps, and they turn from subtle clops on the soft forest floor to hollow thuds on echoing stone. Actually, that's your footsteps. You find yourself in an ancient ruin, dark and forgotten. The walls are carved with images of battles long past, featuring elves and humans engaged in fierce combat against strange, shapeless monstrosities. From within the carvings, there is a trio of sighs. The air is shimmering with light and energy that coalesces into the ethereal forms of 3 elven ghosts. Their eyes are sightless, yet they look at you as they speak to you. You can't hear their words, only sighs rising from their throats, but you can read what they say from their lips. They say, "Please free us from our perpetual suffering here. Put us to rest, and finally let us join our siblings and parents in the beyond." They gesture deeper into the ruins. In the darkness you see 3 skeletons clothed in ancient battle gear, their bones in disarray and postures twisted in agony. Each of their hands holds a different item. The first holds a silver goblet with droplets of rubies, the second a sphere of cloudy quartz, and the third a golden crown with a sapphire in the shape of a shining star. Before you can move, a confident voice cuts through the echoing grave air. "Oh, looks like you got here before me." You turn around to see who appears to be another apprentice mage, hands propped on his hips as he looks at you. "Well, that's fine. How about you take one of the treasures and I'll take the other? And we call it fair. I mean, it's not like these elves need them anymore." The ghosts shrink, almost hissing at his presence. Then they turn toward you and repeat their voiceless plea. Do you want to take their treasures? Or do you want to try and put the ghosts to rest?
Mooncatch would try to put the ghosts to rest.
Okay. You ignore the other mage and begin to walk forward. The ghosts float alongside you, their hands ever so gently nudging you toward their skeletons. Up close, the state of the bodies is even grimmer than you first realized. Each corpse was defiled and discarded by whoever struck the killing blows, leaving them to rot. Footsteps shuffle behind you as the other would-be mage attempts to leap in and grab a treasure, but the ghosts swiftly rear up in righteous fury, frightening him away. You concentrate on rearranging the bones into the proper positions to rebuild the skeletons. Okay. Is either one of you trained in medicine?
Mooncatch is not.
Schnog, trained in medicine?
No.
Is either one of you trained in investigation?
No.
Do any of you have a spell that could help with that kind of work, like Unseen Servant or Mending?
Schnog has Mending.
You have Mending? Okay. Okay. Then, Mooncatch, I want you to make a intelligence No, you're a sorcerer. Schnog, make an intelligence investigation check with advantage. Oh, if you cast Mending, which, since it's a cantrip, you can do freely.
All right. Your intelligence is a +3.
And you get to do one more.
Second roll.
14. Let's see, it was a DC 13, so you made it. When you succeed, the ghosts sigh with great relief. They float past you, brushing your forehead with gentle fingers. You each gain inspiration. Since it's a new day, you needed to regain it, so you have inspiration now. All three ghosts close their eyes once they lie down inside their corpses. They slowly fade from this world and pass on to the next. After they disappear, so do their bodies and the treasures, melding into the earth. Note the pacified elven ghosts trait. Pacified elven ghosts. Pacified elven ghosts, okay. As you stand up and brush off the grave dirt, the partially collapsed ceiling of the ruins breaks open. A sea of icy shadow spills from the opening, enveloping you entirely. When the freezing darkness departs, you face your next test of ice sorcery. Okay, you have the unsuitable trait, right?
Unsubtle?
Unsubtle, yeah.
Yes, I have unsubtle.
Okay. Go to unsubtle. You find yourself in a dim cave lit only by the moonlight barely creeping through a single crack in the roof. Surrounding you are stone statues of people, each perfectly preserved in lifelike poses. The statues' realistic features are frozen in various expressions. Some look ahead with complete confidence while others cower and shrink away with unseen danger. Broken parts of the statues that have fallen off with time and erosion cover the floor, cracking under your feet. On the other side of the cave, you see a heavy wooden door, the only exit from the place. If you move quickly but conspicuously to the door, or do you try and stealthily go to the door but slowly?
Yeah, Mooncatch. There's no enemies around that.
Correct.
That obviously he'd want to. Okay, yeah, then he's not going to think about sneaking. I
Okay.
mean, he's naturally pretty soft-footed, but not making any effort to hide in the shadows.
All right. Old stone cracks beneath your feet. Soon the sound of crumbling statues is joined by something scaly scraping against stone. Something slithers very quickly toward you. You can try and escape before it gets to you. You each need to make a check. It's going to be... Don't roll it yet. It's either going to be Strength Athletics or Dex Acrobatics, and if you cast a first level or higher spell that quickens your movement, like Long Strider or Expeditious Retreat, you could get advantage, or you can use the advantage you have currently. So,
Our Long Strider or Expeditious Retreat.
No.
Oh, Acrobatics or Athletic. And I don't have anything like... I don't have either of those two spells.
then you need to decide before you roll if you want to use advantage.
What about Invisibility?
Yeah, that'd give you advantage too.
Okay. I'm going to cast Invisibility.
Okay. Schnog,
You
you want
wanna-
to cast anything? And if you don't want to cast anything, do you want to use your inspiration?
You really don't have anything. Do I use your inspiration?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Make a Strength Athletics or Dex Acrobatics check. DC 13.
All right. Here's my acrobatics. Oh, great.
Nice.
And then what's yours? Your
Minus +2.
+2 for... That's the better of your two?
Yes.
Okay. So +2 with advantage. So here's your first. Here's your second. 16.
Made it. You both made it. So you take off your inspiration, Schnog. That's good. You focus on your breath, not even looking behind you as you outmaneuver whatever horrid thing is chasing you. You tug on the handle as soon as you reach the door, but the wood doesn't budge. The entry is quite securely locked. The sound of slithering grows louder, reminding you that you don't have much time to ponder your choices. You can try to brute force the door. Let's see. There's a key.
Is it locked?
You can try to grab the key, or you can try to brute force the door.
No thieves' tools.
Yes, I have thieves' tools.
Yeah, Schnog. Can Schnog try to pick the lock?
Yeah, you can try to pick it, brute force it, or there's a nearby a nest filled with eggs nearly the size of your head with a half-buried key in it.
Okay. Well, I'll try to climb to get the key.
Okay, Mooncatch, you want to try and go for the key, and Schnog, you want to try and pick the lock?
Okay.
Is that what you guys are doing?
Yes.
Okay, I need to know from you, Mooncatch, who's going to go first.
I'll go first.
Okay. Attempting to grab the key. You dive for the nest filled with eggs nearly the size of your head and stretch to grab the half-buried key. Suddenly, the slithering sound behind you stops. Out of the corner of your eye, you can see fragments of your pursuer, a long, coiled snake's tail that merges with a humanoid torso, undulating hair, and clawed hands. You don't see her face as she speaks, her harsh words sibilant and elongated. Listen here, you swindler. You scoundrel, you miscreant, you best stay away from those you know what is wise. Last warning, step away from the nests now. If you try to discern more about the creature, you can make a Wisdom Nature or Intelligence, Arcana, or History check. And yeah, go ahead and you can make that for free. So, Wisdom, Nature, or Intelligence, Arcana, or History.
Let me see what would be better. Yeah, I'll do
DC 13 for that check. All right.
Oh, great at that.
Everything you've witnessed clicks in your mind, from the statue to the eggs to the snake tail. You face a Medusa whose gaze can turn you to stone if you look into it. Should you end up fighting the creature, you automatically know the Medusa's weakness is listed once you realize the Medusa's nature. Make another choice. You can try to talk to her diplomatically, or you can try to threaten her eggs. Meanwhile, while you're deciding that choice, Schnog is trying to pick the lock. Schnog, to pick the lock, it is a DC 13 dexterity check with advantage if you have Thieves' Tools.
He does have Thieves' Tools, so a dex check. It's going to be +2.
You could also cast a spell like Shatter or Knock or anything like that.
You don't have any of those, but does he get his proficiency bonus with the dex check?
So yeah.
Because he is proficient with Thieves' Tools. Okay, so it's going to be
it won't be advantage, it'll just be a dex bonus then.
Right.
Okay, so he's relying on you, Mooncatch. So Mooncatch, back to you.
Yeah.
You can talk to her diplomatically, or try to threaten her eggs, or do something else.
I will talk to her diplomatically. I'll say,
okay.
I'm not going to hurt your eggs. I like eggs, but these are much too big. I've already eaten, and so I'm doing pretty good. I just need to get the key out of there so I can leave, and then we'll be out of your snake hairs.
As you speak, you see the Medusa's coil shift and curl, and you can hear her get closer to you. A flick of her long forked tongue dances dangerously close to your face, but her gaze is just out of sight. Yes, but don't you see? You would make such a good statue for my collection. Maybe there's something else you could offer me. Perhaps a magic item of sorts, or round out the accessories for all my dear friends here.
Oh, I do have a magic item. I've got this magic dart that will automatically find what you throw it at. Or I've got this amazing gnome invention that lets you fall to the ground like really slowly.
She reaches out for the dart.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
She hides her eyes beneath her coils of serpentine hair in good faith, but you can see her eager smile half hidden behind the snake's forked tongue. She stretches out a scaly hand to take your magic item. You can remove it from your inventory. A moment later, she releases you. She uses the tip of her long tail to nimbly pick up the key and place it in your hand. When you quickly leave her cave of frozen horrors behind to unlock the door, the Medusa has already started arranging your magic item on one of her statues. Her precious diorama is now even dearer to her. Before she can change her mind, you unlock the door and step through. At the end of the long tunnel ahead lies the next test of high sorcery. All right, you can take a short rest now. Short rest, I don't know if that helps you guys. You could spend hit dice if you had any hit points lost. I don't think you do.
No, but we've been doing good.
Yeah, you didn't fight the Medusa. That's good. Okay. Let me double check here. So, you help the Fae. You help them finish their dance to eradicate the holy symbol. Okay. Okay, you stand amid a forest, the branches of the trees laden with blood-red leaves that fall around you in a cascade of scarlet. Your feet brush the edge of an arcane ritual circle carved into the ground, its lines crooked with a roughly hewn pentagram placed in the middle. At different points of the pentagram stands 3 Bakali, each wearing ragged and ill-fitting robes. These lizard-like people stand tall on 2 feet, hunched over and squabbling with each other, their green and brown scales flaring with temper. One of them hisses, gesturing to the circle. It says, "I told you that we need an extra point here." Another energetically points a clawed finger at the ritual circle and says, "Well then, it wouldn't be a pentagram now, would it?" And the third grumbles, "Oh, come on. Stop pretending like you know more than we do." Simultaneously, all 3 of the Bakali turn their heads towards you. Their reptilian eyes are semi-blinking. The first one says, while shuffling to you on its clawed feet, "You're late. We've been expecting you ever since Her Majesty said you'd be coming to help us with the ritual. You got that mage knowledge we need." The second one also ambles over to you and says, "I made some guesses. Did the lines just like Her Majesty told me, but it's not lighting up. Got a clue why?"
Uh,
Oh, I got a picture of this one. Let me show you the picture. 60. Copying over now. There we go. There's the 3 lizard creatures with the circle. And the last one said, it's not lighting up. Do you have a clue why?
oh, yeah. Well, it's because you haven't done the magic dance. And I said, this is, you got to do the magic dance around the circle, and then it'll light up. And I show them the dance that the fairies did.
All right. You recognize that the symbol carved into the ground is the same one in the forest clearing. It's missing a few lines and a little crooked. You're distracting him with your dance while you're investigating this. And as they're trying to mimic your dance, you hear a voice. A soft whisper as velvet, rich as the deepest night. Let's see. It says, "It is good to see you again, adventurer. I do not quickly forget those who cross my path, and you have certainly intrigued me." The seductive whisper doesn't get any louder, yet it feels closer to you, almost right in your ear. It continues, "You've heard many names from my loyal servants here, but you may know me by my true name, Takisis. Be sure not to say it lightly." As the voice continues to speak, the 3 Bakali all tremble in awe, groveling in exaggerated reverence. One of them says, "I see you are taking the test of the voice continues. "I see you are taking the test of high sorcery, a valiant way to chase ambition, yet so tedious and slow in its progress. By the time you even get the smallest taste of the power you could have, you've already bound yourself to the restraining laws of the conclave. For a moment you swear you feel as though a hand has touched your cheek, but when you look there is nothing there." And the voice continues. "Would it interest you to know that you could gain power and prestige more easily? If you complete this ritual and survive your tests, I can give you power and purpose beyond the conclave's wildest dreams." Do you want to help to complete the circle or actually sabotage it?
Sabotage it.
All right. You can note the stopped Takisis ritual trait. Stopped Takisis ritual.
Like investing in a get-rich-quick scheme.
Exactly.
You quickly examine the symbol and try to decide how best to destroy it. Since you watched the Fae dance, you automatically succeed on that, able to recall the fairies' dance and song in the forest. Wiping away only a few key ley lines, you disable its magic without causing an arcane explosion. A moment later, the circle's light and energy sputter out. Once the circle has been destroyed, the Bakali wither before your eyes, becoming desiccated corpse husks. They begin cursing you in your name. Between their dying hisses, you hear the faint whisper of the Queen of Darkness cursing you too, promising she will remember what you did. You brush off the dirt and shake off the lingering enchantment of the great dark power that resided here. When you finish straightening yourself out, you notice that you are somewhere else entirely, and that your next test of high sorcery has begun. Okay, let's see here. So you have the imagined a companion trait, so we'll do that one. You stand in a blood-stained arena, enclosed by impossibly high stone walls. In the distance, faceless crowds roar in anticipation, their glee carried down by air that smells of iron and sweat. A pile of weapons sits in the center of the arena, ready for use. As you look around, you notice more than a dozen other test takers here, all looking as bewildered and bedraggled as you feel. You spot Kyrian across the arena from you, her face pale and her body shaking with terror. That's the half-elf that you met at the start. A voice booms through the air from an unseen source. It says, "Welcome one and all to the trial of the terror wind." The crowds cheer loudly in response. The announcer pauses to allow for applause before it continues. "This is a crowd favorite, but I'll make sure to repeat the rules for the new blood. In just a moment here, the terror wind is going to appear. Now all our hopeful mages have to do is survive. The trial ends when only one mage is left standing, or if someone forever renounces their magic to save the others. Either way, it's going to be a fun one today." In the middle of the arena, a breeze begins to blow, swirling lazily. Soon it picks up speed, forming a ball of twisting and writhing wind. Swords, axes, spears, arrows, and maces spin up into the growing, living tornado, caught within its whirlwind. The announcer voice continues, "Let the trial begin." The announcer has barely finished their words when the terror wind flies forward, carving through one of the unsuspecting mages, leaving behind nothing but gore and scraps of cloth. The crowds howl, the first drawn blood, and the cheering continues as the terror wind advances its path of destruction. Many other test takers don't focus on the Terrorwind, instead brutally turning on each other. Spells fly through the air, and blades are drawn against companions. You see the Terrorwind start to spin its way toward Kyrian, who seems frozen to the spot in the face of impending doom. If you can stand where you're at and just watch what happens, or you can run to help Kyrian.
Run to help Kyrian.
All right. You run as fast as you can to Kyrian, trying to outpace the Terrorwind. As you get closer, you see that Kyrian's attention is elsewhere, trying to fend off another test taker intent on killing her. The Terrorwind quickly approaches. You could pull Kyrian to safety and let her attacker be killed, or you can tackle both of them out of the way of the Terrorwind. You don't recognize her attacker. I'll help them both, or just Kyrian?
Yeah, so the other guy was trying to kill Kyrian?
Looks that way, maybe.
Okay,
yeah,
then,
intent on killing her, yeah.
Okay, yeah, then Mooncatch will just save Kyrian.
Okay. You grab Kyrian. Oh, Snog, you want to help grab Kyrian only, or help the other one too?
Kyrian only.
All right. You two grab Kyrian, pulling her into your arms, then leap out of the way. You watch as the other one is ripped apart, his limbs joining the Terrorwind's roiling mass. When the Terrorwind spins around to attack another group of test takers, you stumble together to find a brief moment of safety. You can note the sacrificed rival trait. Sacrificed rival. Kyrian says, I don't want to be a mage anymore if it means being okay with other people dying. I don't want to watch you die. I can't just watch other people get... Her voice trails off for a moment as she sniffles, her hands desperately grabbing at yours. We can put a stop to the test together, even if we give up magic. That doesn't mean giving up on life. And maybe we can figure out our futures together, away from all this. Her eyes look to you, clear and pure, and you can see hope in her face for the first time. Do you agree to give up magic forever, or do you choose magic over Kyrian?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not going to give up magic.
Okay.
You're nice. I mean, you seem nice, but yeah, no.
The hope fades from Kyrian's eyes, but the determination stays. Roughly, she wipes away her tears, then takes your hand in hers, says, I understand. That means you better survive the test of high sorcery and become the greatest mage ever known. I'll be cheering for you wherever you are, and maybe you can even come find me and visit.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Let's see, if you noted the helping hand trait. You have helping? Yeah, you did. Kyrian shifts her grip on your hand, entwining your pinky fingers together, and she says, you better promise that you'll use your magic to help as many people as you can, just like you helped me, and I'll help as many people as I can too. Taking a deep breath, Kyrian closes her eyes and bows her head. As she does, you see rays of energy burst from her like multicolored sunbeams, her magical powers draining from her and into the arena. The Terrorwind unravels into a gentle breeze, its weaponry clanging to the sand. You reach your hand to one of the beams, and you feel like some small part of Kyrian's magic flows into you, awakening your senses into the arcane. One of you gains inspiration. That could be Schnog, since he doesn't have it right now. Soon the beams of light and magic are all you can see, and the arena fades away. The last thing you see is Kyrian smiling at you with pride. You can note magic over friendship trait. Magic over friendship.
Magic over.
You blink and find yourself someplace new, wondering if you will ever see Kyrian again.
Yeah, Mooncatch is sure he's going to see her again. I mean, he's seen a bunch of other people that he never thought he'd see again.
Having survived the first half of your test of high sorcery, you find yourself very wary from all you've faced so far. You stand beneath a gorgeous sunset sky at the top of a hill, at a crossroads overgrown with tangled weeds and dancing blades of pale grass. Cool winds whistle across the hilltop. 4 paths cascade down from the crossroads, 3 offering locations where you might find rest and 1 hinting at a more perilous-looking trail. The west road to a small seaside village. I'm going to copy this for you. All right. So you can read that there.
Oh.
Why don't you go and read it out loud, Josh?
The westward road leads to a small seaside village in the midst of celebration, its people singing lively off-key shanties from the town square. The northern road slopes to a beautiful glade surrounded by cozy trees and a sparkling pond. The eastern road curves around a rocky bend, and beyond lies a home that looks just like the one you grew up in, with a single lantern's light shining from a window. The southern road disappears into a thick, choking fog. You can feel in your gut that way lies your next challenge in the test of high sorcery.
All right. Which of the roads do you want to take?
Oh, southern road.
All right.
I look at the western road and think, and kind of like hum a little bit the shanties, but then that curiosity gets the better of Mooncatch, and he has to go see what's behind that thick choke fog.
All right. You fully embrace the test of high sorcery's challenge by refusing your opportunity to rest. recover and study. Instead, you follow the south road into a choking fog. The mist smells strongly of copper and salt. Gnarled tree limbs hang over the road, taking on the appearance of skeletal arms, beckoning you to leave the path. The way forward is rocky and uneven, but you boldly stay the course, knowing you are growing closer to achieving your goal of becoming a true mage. Alright. The twisted, foggy road onward leads you away from the hill and eventually underground. The mist dissipates and you find yourself standing upon a small, soggy dock within a sea cove. At the end of the dock, a wooden stop sailing the flag of the Crimson Moon, Lunatari, rocks back and forth against the choppy waves. On its side, the name, the Night Candle, has been painted in red calligraphy that glows slightly with arcane light. Outside the cave, a thunderous storm approaches, and rainwater causes the water level to climb and spill over the dock. At the back of the cover, away from the ship, you can see a subterranean tunnel lit by green phosphorus fungi. The tunnel seems to slope slightly upward away from the rising sea. You can climb aboard the ship and try to set sail out to sea, or swim back toward that subterranean tunnel.
And I don't have no indication of which way leads, like, towards the test, or...
No. Nope.
Well, I remember seeing a ship in the vision, so I'm going to take a ship. The ship.
The floodwaters continue to rise in the cove as you scamper up the gangplank and pull it up onto the deck. The cabin door flies open and a large, wild-bearded man stumbles out onto the deck. He's wearing a stained navy robes and a matching tricorn hat. He waves a bottle of rum wildly around in the air and rumbles loudly at you. This ain't your mama's storm, ye slow-legged land pup. I'll take the helm and ye man the sails like your life depended on it. 'Cause mark me words, pup, it does. The sea witch be hungry tonight, and scabule Zebion will gobble up her bones whole if ye be short-witted. We got a ways to go if we're hope to sleep beneath the red moon again. The ship captain chugs the rest of his rum and throws the empty bottle carelessly overboard. You hurry to take up the sails and follow the captain's barked orders as well as you can. Soon enough, the two of you take the Night Candle out into the midst of the most vicious storm you have ever witnessed, its wrath tossing your ship like a toy. The thunder roars in elemental fury, and the captain roars defiantly back as he steers you toward a distant, beckoning mist of silver fog. Just when it seems your fearless captain is every bit the match for Zeboim's storm, swirling funnels of water rise like columns from the churning ocean and batter your ship. One of the funnels floods the foredeck, washing the captain away from the helm and toward the frothing sea. Unmanned, the ship's helm begins to spin in wild circles, forcing your course in the wrong direction. You can try to grab the wheel to steady the ship, or try to save the captain from going overboard.
Mm-hmm.
Mooncatch will try to save the captain.
All right.
I agree.
You try to rescue the captain. Make a... It's going to be a DC 13 Strength Athletics or Acrobatics. And if you have a spell, such like Misty Step or Levitate, that could help you reach him and save him.
I have Misty Step.
Okay, that'll make it automatic.
Okay, I cast Misty Step.
You cast it? Okay.
Yep.
You rescue him just before he is pulled down into his watery grave. Note the rescued the captain trait. Rescued the captain. He grips you in a brief but mighty bear hug and grumbles into your ear, breath stinking of rum. Ye blessed old sot ye. Let's go show Zeboim where she can stick in her lightning bolts.
Yeah.
After you
Stick them up your nose.
After you, let's see. Yeah, that's... After you rescue the captain, you spin about to get your bearings, soaking with rainwater. Beyond the storm waits a wall of dark, silvery fog on the horizon, and from within, no lightning flashes. Suddenly, a long tongue covered in acidic warts strikes you. You take... And it strikes both of you, so you both take... Mooncatch, you take 3 points of acid damage. Schnog, you take 6 points of acid damage. And this long tongue from some sea creature sticks to your guys like glue and drags you guys across the ship's deck toward the sea. You each can make a DC 16 strength saving throw with advantage since the captain tries to help you.
You strength?
Yeah, DC 16 strength saving throw with advantage.
Neither of us are going to be great at this. Okay, here we go. Here's mine. You said DC 16?
Correct.
Can I just use Misty Step to get out of there?
Maybe, but let's make the check first.
Yeah, I failed the strength check. And then your strength save, right?
Yep, strength save.
You're still a nice one. Okay, here's Schnogs with advantage. Nope.
All right, you're both getting dragged overboard. Take a look at the destiny points too. When you fail a saving throw, you can succeed instead with spending one of your destiny points. But as you drop them from 5 down to 0, you are taking more and more permanent effect from the tests. So if you think you have a way to magically get out of it, you can just rely on that too.
Yeah, I'd rather just do Misty Step.
Okay. You are ripped off the deck of the Night Candle and into the hungry sea. A horrid monster rises from vicious waves before you. It's an amphibian dragon, a creature that looks like a giant toad with a long tongue that hangs loosely out of its mouth, and sea green scales covered with oozing yellow warts. Let's roll initiative, everyone. Yeah, I don't have a good amphibian dragon.
And your initiative...
+2.
+2. All right. I'll need you to add Schnog to the initiative counter, Tom. And he got a 10.
There you go. This is for the giant toad. Amphibian dragon, that is 7. Initiative is +2. Schnog got a 10, you said? Okay. So you guys are, let's see here. You begin the encounter in the water adjacent to the ship. The dragon's 15 feet away from you and 20 feet from the ship. So the ship's like right to your guys' left. And the toad there is the amphib dragon. I was doing some research, and remember Toad from the books? He eventually went on to ride an amphib dragon.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here.
Are you talking about, wasn't he the red dragon?
Viewmaster, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let me see here. Okay. The water that you're in is difficult terrain. At the start of your turn, you're going to have to make a saving throw, or you cannot move or take reactions. You can climb 10 feet back onto the ship's deck by using an action succeeding on a strength or dex check, DC 16. Of course, you can Misty Step. The captain's trying to help, so you have advantage on your checks. And then you each to make... Oh, well, you have to decide on your turn. With a bonus action, you can make a nature check, intelligence nature DC 13, to see if you know any weaknesses for this dragon. All right, so first person to act, Mooncatch.
Mooncatch is going to Misty Step onto the ship.
All right, you just back yourself up 5 feet or so, or more. What else you want to do?
And then as an action, throw a rope to Schnog.
Schnog's already got advantage because the captain's helping him, so it can't be wasted, do you think? Want to do something different?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, let's see. What do I do? I will cast Color Spray. Well, okay, so I would want to do that before. Can I do the Color Spray before and then Misty Step up? Or no, I won't do that. I'll cast Sleep on it.
Okay, you won't be able to do both, right? Misty Step and Sleep in the same round?
Oh, you're right, because it has to be a... well, I can if I use a Sorcery Point to quicken.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So Sleep first?
No, Sorcery Point to quicken doesn't help, does it? Because I still have to use... That doesn't... Or does it? Because it's just a bonus action. No, that won't help. Never mind. The quicken spell just would let me use it as a bonus action if I ever use my bonus action.
Right.
All right, in that case, I'll just Firebolt at it.
Okay.
But miss.
All
That was
right.
a warning shot.
Warning shot. After you comes Schnog. What do you want to do, Schnog?
I want to try to get back up.
You want to do what?
Try
Try
to
to get back up.
Okay, Dex Acrobatics or Strength Athletics with advantage, DC 16.
Acrobatics.
Okay, and that's +2?
2, yes.
Okay, so... you made it.
You made it. That's your movement. Still got your action left. You can put yourself next to Mooncatch.
What do you want to do as a your action?
As my action... Oh, I get an action.
Yeah, cool. Cast a spell.
I'm going to use Catapult.
Catapult?
Go for it. Was that a Dex
So-
save?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Here's his Dex save.
3.
Ooh, he made a save, it looks like.
Do half damage though, right?
Don't think so.
Oh no, you're right, it doesn't.
Okay. Then comes the dragon. Oh, and if you have a bonus left, you can use it to make a check on, see if you know the dragon's weaknesses.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Do that?
Wait,
Okay. That is a nature check. Intelligence nature.
3.
Okay, let's see here. You know. It's got a sensitive tongue. The dragon's extended tongue is extremely sensitive. Creatures can aim at the tongue with an attack. You have disadvantage, unless you're being currently grappled by the tongue. Oh, and you're actually being grappled by the tongue, Schnog. I forgot. Oh, only one target at a time. So we'll say it was Mooncatch who Missy stepped out. Okay, so back to disadvantage to target the tongue unless you're being grappled by it. The dragon takes 10 or more damage aimed at the tongue on a single turn. It will attempt to flee. So disadvantage on the tongue. If it takes 10 or more, it'll attempt to flee on a single turn. But it is going to breathe acid on you guys. It exhales acid in a 30-foot cone. You have a DC 13 Dex saving throw. If you fail it, you take 16 acid, and the saving throw DC 13 Dex for half.
All right. Dex save. Made it. And then, what's your dex save?
My dex +2.
+2. Do you want to use your advantage?
Yes.
Okay. Patrick's using his inspiration. Good use of inspiration.
Nice job. Don't forget to take off leaf. So you each took half of that, so it's 8 acid damage for each of you. 8. Don't forget you had temporary hit points.
Yep.
And since you didn't take a long rest, you still have them. If you had taken a long rest at the crossroads, they would have been gone. Okay. So that thing breathed on you guys. That was its action. It's also going to move closer to the boat. It starts basically climbing up the boat, but it doesn't get adjacent to you. And that's it for its turn. Next round, Mooncatch.
All right. Mooncatch is going to try to firebolt its tongue.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my inspiration to make it a straight-up attack.
Okay.
It's only going to be a 12 to hit, though.
12 on the tongue. Ooh, that just missed.
All right.
When you fail an attack, you can also make it hit, but you only do 5 damage, so up to you.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to.
Okay. After Mooncatch, Snog, your turn.
Move away a little bit. Oh, no, I can quicken the spell. I'm going to quicken a spell.
Okay.
I got these, Quicken a spell, and I'm going to... So that's to make a bonus action and cast Color Spray on it.
Color Spray. Believe it or not, 39 hit points isn't enough to blind it.
Oh, no!
It's a dragon, so it's got a lot of hit points. Okay. Anything else? Snog, your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna try to catapult it again.
All right. Dex save it through.
Remember, if you're able to use something that targets its tongue...
Oh, yeah. I want to.
But I don't think
change that to something that targets its tongue.
Yeah, you have to do something that...
It has to attack action. You have to take a disadvantage on the attack.
Then I'll firebolt.
Firebolt? Okay. Firebolt with disadvantage. Go for it.
All right, what's your plus on the firebolt?
Plus a 6.
+6.
You don't have to do the adding bonuses, Josh. Just roll a d20 twice. Like you're playing at a regular table. It's actually a lot faster. Ooh, nice. That's hit. 12 plus whatever your bonus is a hit.
All right, what's the damage? D10, right?
Yes, 1d10.
3.
3, okay. 3 damage. That's it for Sean. Toad's turn. See if it recharges his breath weapon. Does not. It will try to lash out with its tongue. 1 through 3 to Snog. It is Snog. +8 to hit. Oh, but only an 11. Yeah, that's a miss, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, no multi-attack. Nothing else. Done. It is done for that round. Round's over. Mooncatch, your turn.
All right, going to try to firebolt with disadvantage.
All right. 15 hit.
For 9.
9, all right. If you can hit Snog and do 1 point of damage, that'll be 10.
It has to be 10 in one round?
In one turn, yeah.
Okay, well, let me see if there's something else I want to do then. I don't think I have anything. If I did Ray of Sickness, since that's a to hit, that would count, right?
Yep, yeah.
Use my last 2 sorcery points to quicken spell to do Ray of Sickness.
Okay, go for it. 13 hit.
Oh.
13 hit poison damage. Let's see. Not immune to poison. That's good. And that's a lot of poison damage. 14 poison. And then it's got a con save, 14 or be poisoned. Oh, failed its con save, so it is poisoned. And then it took 10 damage. It attempts to flee to deep water at the start of its next turn. Okay, Snog.
Okay, so...
You want to try to firebolt his tongue just to make sure it knows what's...
Yes. Why not?
With disadvantage. 16. 8, because of disadvantage, so 8.
Okay, it missed. But on its next turn, it flees, and it goes into the water.
That was a warning shot.
Let's see here. If you survive the encounter, you sail aboard the Night Candle, leaving behind the screaming storm to enter the dark, silvery fog beyond. No short rest or anything? You want to do any like potions of healing or anything before you go into the silvery mist?
No.
Okay. Or any spells of healing too, obviously.
Do you have a spell of healing? But you used catapult once already, right?
Yeah, I see part of that.
Well, you save your other level 1 spells. Yeah, no potions of healing, no spells.
All right. You survive the Sea Witch's fury and refuse to become breakfast for a hungry Amphi dragon. Slowly, the dark silver fog consumes everything around you. The deck of the Night Candle vanishes beneath your feet. Eventually, the mist fades too, revealing your next test of high sorcery. All right, let's see here. Dead loved one. I don't think you had that. If you know either Helping Hand or Greed and Ambition, get helping hand. So, next one is... Alright, you stand beneath a domed temple of smooth red stone and clear glass. It's open to the celestial heavens above. The red moon Lunatari hangs in the sky, an ever-watching eye. Smaller, the waning silver gleam of Solanari shines through the temple's dome, casting a streak of moonlight across its interior. Soothing lavender fills the air. 4 tall stone columns reach to support the dome, carved with sigils denoting the 3 moons in various conjunctions. The sigils seem to shimmer where moonlight touches them, shifting with a life of their own. Smooth stone chairs lie scattered across the empty temple, their seats tilted back at perfect angles for viewing the moons through the curved glass ceiling. A slight breeze rustles the back of your neck, but when you turn around you see no one there. You do see a set of stairs leading to an underground chamber in the center of the temple. Chromatic light spills up from the bottom of the steps, shifting hues between white, green, blue, red, and black. You could search the domed temple, or you could go check out that chromatic glowing light.
Yeah, I think that Mooncatch would be immediately drawn to the chromatic glowing light.
Okay. Descending the stairs, you enter a small circular underground chamber. At the center of the room, 3 metallic statues of robed figures face each other, their faces obscured by cowls. Bleached humanoid skeletons surround the statues on the cold floor. All 6 of the statues' hands are extended and cupped, meeting together. A large orb, 10 inches in diameter, rests where their hands meet. It is made of fragile-looking crystal. Within the orb, strange mist swirls and glows, shifting between 5 chromatic colors. Partially hidden in the mist, curious runes of pure magical energy drift about aimlessly, beckoning you. You could attempt to investigate the orb to understand it. You could stand back and observe, or return up above.
Aren't there like 5 chromatic dragons?
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to, you know it would take a 16 insight or arcana check.
I'll do it. I'll do Arcana.
You want to try arcana? And are you trained in arcana, Mooncatch?
Mooncatch is trained in arcana.
Okay, Schnog, you can make it with advantage then. DC 16 intelligence arcana with advantage.
12, 18. The advantage. Got it.
All right. Actually, this is your test, Mooncatch, so you're actually the one who has to do the checks.
Okay, well then in that case...
You want to do arcana? You could also do wisdom insight.
No, arcana's still better.
Okay, and you have advantage.
Alright, arcana with advantage.
Ooh, nice roll.
So yeah.
All right. The longer you observe the ruins drifting inside the misty chromatic orb, the more certain you become that the item is an intelligent artifact. You slowly realize that its personality is an amalgam of 5 chromatic dragon souls housed within the orb. You can step away from the orb, having gained this information, or you can try to manipulate the orb's magic to communicate with its intelligence with a DC 19 intelligence arcana check.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to talk to him.
Okay, with advantage because you have Schnog there to help. DC 19 intelligence arcana. Holy cow. The swirling mist within the orb fades, and you see within its crystal a great river with dark, slow-flowing water that sparkles with celestial starlight. You find yourself enraptured by the visions you see within the orb. It reveals to you the secrets of the River of Time, a unified timeline that cannot be altered through chronomancy, except in rare instances where chaos creates tributaries in the river. You glimpse the birth of the world and dragons, the cataclysm, and many wars that ravaged the world, past, present, and future. The information shared with you is overwhelming. You find yourself withdrawing from the orb. You must succeed at a DC 19 intelligence saving throw, or choose to take either 22 psychic damage or gain 1 level of exhaustion. So first, the DC 19 intelligence saving throw.
No.
You can use the destiny point to have nothing happen to you, or take 22 psychic or gain a level of exhaustion.
What does 1 level of exhaustion do?
Exhaustion. You will be at disadvantage on every check you make.
I can't do the 22 points. That'll kill me. I am going to... But I think that disadvantage on checks is going to be a huge problem. So I'm going to spend a destiny point.
Okay, down to 4. The orb's light fades and a silky female voice whispers, filling the chamber. The voice says, "You risked much for this knowledge. What was only glimpsed will be revealed fully in dreams. May you have the wisdom to understand this as a gift. You know which way the river of time flows, though you cannot change it. Another voice, dark and compelling, offers another perspective. Ah, but the river's flow can change under the right circumstances, for the right person. It has happened before and will happen again. Just think, this one could become another Fist-10. A third voice interrupts, strong and soothing all at once. Let us not put destructive ideas in this mortal's head. It is enough that they understand their place in the order of the cosmos. The voices fade away and you begin to melt into the temple's floor. For a few moments, its stone and your flesh are one, and the sensation is every bit as harrowing as it is invigorating. When you fall through the floor, you find yourself somewhere else entirely. Your next test of sorcery awaits. Okay, we can note the controlled the orb trait. Controlled the orb. And then you chose the Natari, so...
You'll have to read the books to know.
Alright, you look around to observe your surroundings. A breathtaking clearing amidst an idyllic, deciduous forest at the edge of a misty lake. Gorgeous opalescent fog rolls across the lake, swirling around the rocky bank before you. And there upon the bank sits an old gold dragon, resting in its gargantuan head upon a mountainous pillow that looks fashioned for a giant. All around the dragon lies its great treasure hoard, a sparkling collection of gold and pearls and unusual items. A beard of drooping whiskers frames the gold dragon's reptilian face. Its eyes are open, glinting with golden light as they curiously watch you. I got a picture of this. Let me get this picture going. If you need to break at any time, just let me know. There's the dragon. Its eyes are open, glinting with golden light as they curiously watch you. There's an unmistakable keen cunning in the dragon's otherworldly gaze. When the magnificent creature shifts upon its hoard, its body undulates with serpentine grace, causing bright moonlight to reflect off its bright scales and dance through the night sky. Do not even... Oh, the dragon speaks. It says, "Do not even think about stealing from my hoard, small one. I may be so old that I have forgotten my name, but be sure that I enchant every gift I receive. Their ward's magic is far more powerful than you are ready to contend with." The dragon booms, shaking the trees and causing the leaves to fall like golden rain. It continues, "So they send me another would-be mage. And what sort of mage will you be, I wonder? Let us find out. I offer you the choice of 3 treasures. But know this, treasures are not gifts, and so they each come with a price that I will not share with you until you choose." Draconic words rumble from deep within the dragon's chest, and 3 small vials float out of the hoard and hover before you. The dragon bellows again, a small burst of fire flaring from its nostrils. It says, "One potion allows your spells to heal others. Another causes your spells to rack foes with terrible pain. And a third to let you see the flaws in any foe, no matter how great. One of these is yours to take. Heal others, rack foes with terrible pain, see the flaws in any foe."
Oh, that'd be pretty interesting to learn new things about people. I'll take the see flaws.
Alright, you accept the potion of insightful instinct and add it to your inventory. Round glass vial painted red. When you drink it, you get insight into the true nature of creatures you can see. You know their type, any weaknesses they have, any vulnerabilities or resistances or immunities they have, and the effect lasts for 1 hour. Alright, so that's that. You gain that, and you go to... You reach out to take the round red vial. The gold dragon tilts its reptilian head to one side and considers you for a long time. Finally, they break the silence with a booming laugh that shakes the earth. The dragon says, "A true mage you are, then, always seeking knowledge above power. Well, I can respect that. A word of wisdom. Do not be too stingy with that treasure. You may need it soon enough. Now for the price. Your cost is this. May you always share the secrets you unearth with others who deserve to know the truth." As the dragon rumbles, you realize they are casting a spell on you. You must succeed on a DC 22 Wisdom saving throw, or be under the effect of a 9th level geese spell.
Alright, here we go. Wisdom save.
DC 22.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you automatically succeed on your saving throw if you're immune to being charmed, but you're not. You'll take 27 psychic damage each time you keep a secret from someone who deserves to know the truth.
Well...
But no more than once a day.
But let's be honest, Mooncatch can't keep a secret to save his life.
I know. It's perfect for you. Okay, the dragon yawns fire that streaks through the air above your head. "It is time for me to rest. You will need your rest for what is to come too. But not here. You will find no reprieve in a dragon's hoard." After you say farewell to the gold dragon, you turn away from the lake and its shimmering treasures When you do, you are somewhere you have been before, on a well-traveled crossroad beneath the light of the 3 moons. Okay, so we're going to note Chose Insight. Chose Insight. And you got the potion of Insightful Instinct.
Do I need to note this Gaius?
Yeah.
What do I put on there for? Like,
you can just say Dragon Gaius. Yeah, note the Dragon Gaius trait.
Sure. Well, but will this last past tonight's adventure?
It will, yep.
Okay, and it was cannot or must reveal a secret. Can you say it again just so I make sure I get it right?
Yeah, each time. Okay, so if you keep a secret from someone who deserves to know the truth, you'll take 27 psychic damage once per day.
Well, let's do it that way. So,
right. Okay. Let's take our last break. So you finished with the dragon. Now you're back atop the wild hillside. Though you know it was less than a day ago that you were here before, if time even exists in a place such as the testing grounds. This time you don't have a choice. All roads twist and rejoin, leading to the same place. Weary from your gauntlet of sorcerer's tests, you travel onward, hoping to find some reprieve before you face your final test. Whether your previous decision not to stop and rest when you had the opportunity proved brave or foolish, the road onward leads you somewhere else entirely this time. It climbs higher and higher to a picturesque peak on an adjacent hill that surveys the land all around. You observe only ruin below as far as the eye can see. The seaside village is a scorched ruin. The nearby forest turned to a plain of ashes, and where your childhood home once stood remains only a blackened husk of a building. Here at least you find a sturdy rock wall to shield you from the elements and an old stone fire pit that likely hasn't been used in ages. You make do, studying and preparing for the trial to come, high above the ruins of the world below. And despite the harshness of the stone, when you finally rest, it is perhaps the most comfortable night you can remember in quite some time. Okay, so when you finish this long rest, you can regain all your hit points, all your long rest recharge powers, all your spell slots, and you regain a spent destiny points. You're back up to 5 of those. Silvery mist begins to rise from the ground. They envelop you completely, feeling both cold and hot against your skin. You realize that soon you will face your final test of high sorcery, a duel to the death with a foe more powerful than you. Let's see. Accepted a mysterious mage's offer. We do that one? I think so.
No, that doesn't sound familiar.
Angered a mysterious mage? I don't remember that one either.
Nope.
All right. Slowly, I'm sorry.
You want me to pick between those two? I can, though.
No, there's a third option. Slowly, the silvery mist begins to dissipate. You steel yourself, preparing for the final trial in your test of high sorcery, the duel against a foe more powerful than you are. You have enough time to make a last-minute preparation before the departing fog reveals the arena of the harrowing ordeal. So, do you want to cast any spells? Mage armor or other?
No, neither of us have anything we cast beforehand.
All right. You had mastered your fears. So you're going to go to this one. Here we go. You stand amidst a truly alien dimension, a floating island of uneven rock littered with the bones of mages who failed their final trial. Scattered obsidian shards float like pollen through the thick, humid air. Droplets of blood rain upward from the ground, splattering on your clothes. Putrid green clouds surround the island, stretching into eternity. In the distance, unrelenting forking arcs of purple lightning dance, casting dramatic shadows across the landscape. 60 feet from you, an aberration floats, their arms spread wide. They wear mage robes, and though they are vaguely humanoid, their jiggling flesh has turned slick and purple. And the mutated mage's right arm has transformed into a long, writhing green tendril, and one of their eyes bulges so far out of its socket that it looks like it could pop at any moment. I have a picture of this for you. There's the mage you see. The aberration moans and their voice fills the air, mad with hunger. You stink of bravery. Yes, yes you do. Your soul will be delicious, a rare treat in my endless oblivion. The aberration begins to float toward you, chanting arcane words. As they do, the landscape starts to shift wildly around you. Your final test has started. Okay, so let's see here. Lost wizard. I'm just going to use this picture as for the wizard. You guys will be 60 feet away. 6, 7, there you are. Down here. Go and roll for initiative. Wizard rolls a 9 plus 2. What'd you guys do? I need to change any of your initiatives? Or you got
no.
What's your Schnog? What's your dex modifier? Or what's your dex score, actually?
Dex score 14.
Yep.
That.
So I'll break the tiebreaker with the alien mage. All right. So you begin the encounter with the wizard hovering in the air 60 feet away. The pocket dimension stretches many miles in all directions. The pocket dimension strain shifts in unpredictable ways that affect all of you. At the start of each round, roll a d4. Roll a d4 for me, Josh. 4. The souls of test takers killed by the wizard appear out of the ether in a swirling vortex, crying out for revenge. Oh, nice. The lost wizard must make a DC 13 charisma saving throw or be stunned till the start of the next round. It is +2 on charisma saving throws, and it is stunned till the start of the next round. So you got the wizard stunned this first round.
Nice.
Stunned. There we go. All right. You can use a bonus action or an action on your turn to see if you can find some more information about this aberrant wizard.
You said action or bonus action?
Yep.
I'll use a bonus action to try to learn more about him.
Okay. All right. Make a DC 16 Intelligence Arcana check.
Or I could use an action to drink my potion. Would that do the same result?
Oh, yeah, probably would.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Drink your potion. Okay.
Potion, insightful insight.
All right. That's going to give you... you instinctively know their creature type. Okay, this thing is a aberration. Any weaknesses they have, damage, vulnerabilities, resistance, immunities. Okay. They're immune to charm and fright and poison and unconscious. Immune to the poisoned condition. They resist poison damage and psychic damage. They are vulnerable to piercing damage. And that is it.
Immune to charm, fright,
poisoned, and unconscious.
Unconscious. Well,
they resist poison and psychic, and they're vulnerable to piercing.
Alright, I don't know that I have any does piercing. Cool. Okay. That was my action. Drink that potion. See if I have any bonus action. None that I would want to use since he's stunned. So I will just move there. And that will be my turn.
Alright. Then, after you is Schnog.
What do you want to do?
So he's stunned, so we don't want to attack him.
No, it won't break it. Yeah, no, not with this kind of stun. You want to attack him now.
Okay.
I just didn't have anything to attack him with. Did you say you did have something that did piercing damage?
Yeah, but I'm going to use my catapult first.
What's the piercing thing that does piercing damage?
My crossbow.
Oh, yeah, no, you'd rather... Yeah, do your catapult.
Then I'd attack it with my...
Okay, so that would be a dex save. Does he automatically fail those when he's stunned?
I believe so. Let's double check. Failed dex save, yep.
Alright, so 3d8?
Oh, yes, 3d8.
Nice. Ooh, wow. 16 bludgeoning, got it. Yeah, that's better than your crossbow probably would have done.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else, Schnog?
I don't have any bonus actions, so no.
Alright. Do you want to move anywhere?
No, I can stay here and still be in range.
Alright, cool.
Alright. His stunned ends. Roll d4, Josh. Ooh, might be stunned again. Roll d4, reference shifting terrain table. Yes. So, the souls of test takers killed by the wizard appear out of the ether and cry out for revenge.
So you make another charisma save?
Oh, yeah, he's got a charisma save. Here we go. 20. He's +2. Oh, we made it this time. Not stunned. Okay, Mooncatch, your turn.
Alright, so, Mooncatch will Firebolt. Firebolt. It's only going to be an 11 to hit, though.
11 missed.
And then use 2 sorcery points to quicken an invisibility spell and turn invisible.
Okay. Next is Schnog.
Okay, I'm going to use catapult again.
All right. Dex save this time.
Yes.
20. Ooh, it's going to get hit.
3d8?
Yep.
Oh, not as good as damage that time.
6 points damage.
Yeah.
The wizard creates a magical shield protecting him, reducing the damage by 9, so down to 0. That was a reaction for him, though, so he uses his reaction. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, his turn. See if his shield recharges with the d6. Does not recharge. Right, it's going to use Mind Shatter on Mooncatch. It's 30 feet to 60 feet.
Can he see me because I'm invisible?
Oh, yes. He doesn't have to actually see you for this one. DC 14 Intelligence saving throw. It is 22 psychic damage. Actually, I'll roll for it since you have 22 hit points. 40, 10. 21 psychic damage. Good roll for you.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry,
DC 14 Intelligence saving throw for half.
Nope.
Okay. Don't forget your destiny points if you like them.
Yeah, I think I'll save them for when I go down.
Okay. So you got 1 hit point after that.
That's all I need.
And then it will close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy's flying just above the ground, basically. To there. Did the Mind Shatter as an action, and he's done. Okay, next to go after him is Mooncatch.
D4.
Yeah, roll a d4, please. 1. A flood of blood rushes across the ground. Each non-flying creature must succeed at a 13 strength saving throw or be pushed up to 30 feet toward the lost wizard and knocked prone. So DC 13 strength save for both of you. Mooncatch, you resist it. Schnog, DC 13 dex save or strength save.
You got a 14.
Ooh, you
on
made
the
it. Okay,
Yeah, you have a -1.
Yeah.
you made it. Schnog, your turn, or Mooncatch, your turn.
All right. That invisibility didn't do me good, so sucks. But let's go ahead and.
Well, it didn't do you any good against that power, but there might be other powers that might help against.
All right.
It's not like he
Well,
can see invisible.
I'm going to. I'll do a firebolt, and since I'm invisible, that'll be with advantage, though, right?
Yep,
All right. Firebolt with advantage. 17 for 8.
that hit. 8 points of fire damage. He will. Let's see, he does not have a shield back. Okay, so yeah, no reaction.
And then I'm going to quicken and cast invisibility again.
Okay.
Last 2 sorcery points.
After Mooncatch, Schnog, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can hit him with my light crossbow.
You don't want to do that, bud.
It's double damage. It's more than
Oh, because he's vulnerable. Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Try to hit with light crossbow.
+4.
No, I don't think an 8's going to do it, does it?
8 misses.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to move back.
All right. His turn. He will focus his arcane burst on Mooncatch. Range is 120 feet. He is +6 to hit with this thing. 13 hit you, Mooncatch?
Not when I shield it, which I'm going to.
All right. Shield blocks it. That's his action. No bonus or anything else. Now you guys are splitting apart. He'll move next to Mooncatch.
And does he know I'm there since I'm invisible?
You are invisible. You're right. 5.
Was he able to hit me with that, or would he have had to use? Would that have been with disadvantage?
It's a ranged spell attack. So let me roll again. Or actually, he probably would have gone after Schnog with that, which would miss Schnog on the roll. So you can keep your shield spell.
Okay.
2, 6. There we go. Okay. That round is over. Roll d4, please.
2.
Giant purple flowers sprout upward from the rock. When their strange blooms open, they release clouds of green gas before the flowers wither and die. Each creature must succeed on a DC 13 con saving throw or be poisoned till the start of the next turn. DC 13 con save or poison.
Made it.
He's immune to poisoned, so.
Made it.
Nice, okay. Okay, your turn, Mooncatch.
All right, we're gonna firebolt with advantage. Crit for 11.
Nice. Let's see here. When the wizard takes more than 10 damage on a turn, it forces nearby creatures' minds to be trapped, reliving their worst memory. Each creature within 60 feet of the mage, just within 60 Mooncatch, make a DC 14 wisdom saving throw or stunned until the end of the wizard's next turn.
Okay, so
DC 14 wisdom save.
made it, and then this is a magical effect, so I think the gnome has advantage, right?
Yes, I do.
So made it.
Nice. Okay, that was its memory trap. That's done. That's when he took more than 10 damage, which he took about 11, I think. Yeah, minus 11.
Yep.
Noted that. What else, Mooncatch?
That is it, because I'm out of source.
All right. Then, Schnog, your turn.
Oh, actually, no, I'll taunt.
Oh, okay.
As my bonus action. So that is.
Are you in taunt range, 60 feet? Is that what it is?
Let me look.
Wisdom save.
Yes, it is. And
Ooh, you got him.
all right.
Click your taunt button. He can see you, understand you. Okay, yeah, got him.
I taunt him. Looks like you were. Looks like you couldn't pass the test.
Oh,
That
no.
must be pretty embarrassing.
Okay, Schnog, your turn.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna try and shoot him with my light crossbow again.
+4.
Yes.
So that's only an 11.
11, missed.
And then I'm going to move back 5 spaces.
Okay. Its turn. Now it can see you, right, Mooncatch?
It can. And
Arcane
I
burst coming your way. +6 on the roll. It's only 10.
miss.
It will close on you. 2, 6. It will also reroll a recharge on its shield. Does not recharge. And that is it. Okay. That is over. Roll d4, please.
2. That's the con save.
2. Yep. DC 13 con save or poisoned for both of you.
Poisoned. And
Zero.
That poison lasts until the start of the next round.
+4.
Mhm.
All right. I am the only one poisoned.
Okay. Your turn, Mooncatch.
Well, since I'm poisoned, that's disadvantage on attack rolls, right?
Correct.
So I will do a Sacred Flame on him.
Okay.
Or maybe hold on, let me look at my spells. Him being immune to poison, sleep.
He's immune to poison and psychic. No, he's resistant to poison and psychic. Immune to charm, frightened, poisoned, and unconscious.
Sorry, I'm just double checking something real fast. I am going to cast Color Spray on him and see if I can. Let's see, Color Spray. Do I need to move up for that? 15-foot cone, so I do. Oh, how far up in the air is he?
Just right off the ground.
Just right off the ground?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to move up 15 feet and Color Spray.
All right.
Here we go. Oh, that sucks.
Oh, no. Does not get him.
All right, and now I'll move back.
Okay. After you, Schnog.
Yeah, I'm not going to taunt this time.
I'm gonna try and shoot him again.
Okay, D20. Nope.
No. Okay. Move where you want, Schnog. And then his turn. He will, he can get to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. He will lash out with his tentacles. 2 attacks. One's at +4. 12 to hit.
Miss. I've got a 13 armor class.
17 to hit.
Not with my shield that I'm casting right now.
18 armor class with your shield. Okay. That was his 2 tentacle attacks. And recharge on his shield. D6. Not recharged. And he's done. D4, please. 2. The poison again. DC 13 con save.
Nope. Poisoned. And you are poisoned.
Mooncatch. Go for it.
All right. Since I take it I'm within his reach, so I can't just back away.
Right. If you move out at 10 feet, he can attack opportunity on you.
All right. I'm going to Sacred Flame him.
Dex save. He could say 12, 13, 14. 14?
14, and he needed to get a 14. So that's not
all right. Schnog.
Do you have any spells left? No, you used both of them on the. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to shoot him again, but
right.
this time advantage.
Which disadvantage? So first attack is going to miss.
Oh no! After Schnog comes his turn, lashing out at Mooncatch twice. +4 on H1.
Don't die.
14.
I'll shield again.
Oh, hit.
All right, I'm down. But I will use a destiny point to regain 3d6.
All right, roll 3d6. Nice.
So up to 12.
And down to 4 destiny points. That's it for that guy. That round is over. D4, please.
God dang it.
Con save again.
Nope. Poison. Con save. All right. At least you're not poisoned.
Let me roll his recharge too. Shield not recharged still. Okay, Mooncatch.
Try to Sacred Flame him.
Dex save on the Sacred Flame. 20. You made it.
Shoot. All
Move
right.
Where we want. Schnog, your turn.
Try to hit him with your crossbow.
Yep.
Oh no.
Dang.
His turn.
You have to die.
See if he recharges. D6. Shield still not recharged. And then lashing out with tentacles. D20 +4. 15 to hit.
I'm gonna use my last shield.
All right. One more. Missed. Round's over. D4, please.
Tom, seriously, I'm refreshing.
2. Roll your saving throw versus poison.
Here we go. Nope.
Poison. All right. Your turn, Mooncatch.
Sacred Flame.
Dex save. Failed it. Damage.
All right. 2 radiant.
2 radiant.
Radiant.
All right. Schnog, your turn.
Woo.
With disadvantage. Oh, 16, 20 to hit.
Ooh, that's a hit.
Oh, 4, so yeah, 20.
All right, and what's the damage?
The damage, 1d8 +2.
1d8 +2. So 9. And
18
so
points
18.
of damage. Wow.
Finally.
That's a good one. Okay, after Schnog, its turn. Recharge on its shield. Dun, 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 dun. Shield recharged.
Got it.
And then tentacles on Mooncatch. It's 4. 8 to hit and 10 to hit, both missed. Next round, roll a d4. Roll another 2 for me, Josh. There you go. Con saves, DC 13. Ooh, Mooncatch made it.
But you did not.
Okay, Mooncatch, your turn.
Well, the problem is that I'd have disadvantage on a firebolt because I'm within his range, right? Even if he's not ranged.
Only if you're adjacent. You have that.
Only if I'm Jason. Okay, well I'm gonna try firebolting him.
Okay.
14
hit.
3.
He has a shield back.
He should use.
He will use it, or should he save it against that crossbow bolt in the back? No, he'll take the 3 fire. There we go.
All right.
Okay, after moves to catch, Schnog.
Try it with disadvantage.
Yep. You fool! Plan.
After Schnog, his turn. Shield's still good. He's going to lash out at Mooncatch with his tentacles. +4. 16.
I'll hit.
Right. Tentacles do D8 +2. 7 damage.
Okay.
Second tentacle attack is a 7. Missing.
All right.
Round is over. Roll D4. Or just roll a D1 +1. A 3. That's a new one. Or no, that's not it. A D4. 13 con saves.
I don't know how this is happening.
Game, rigged game.
Jeez.
All right, both of you poisoned. Mooncatch.
Sacred Flame.
Dex save. You got him. Ooh, 8 radiant. Wow. He's going to shield that. D10 +4 damage reduced. Oh, wait, no. No, if he takes damage. Okay, so you can shield this one. D10 +4. He reduces that to 0. That shield is spent now.
All right, and then here, I'm saying, are you doing the crossbow again?
Yep, disadvantage. +4, so 11.
So 11, that's what I meant.
11 missed. Okay. After Schnog comes his turn. Recharge on his shield. Nope, not recharged. Attacking Mooncatch with his tentacles. 14.
That hits.
For 7.
Oh, wait, hold on. No, wait, I may have his shield because of my... Sorry, let me look. I
Lunar?
think I maybe... Oh, God, I forgot about my magical balance. No, it's because I'm red. I just can cast shield, but I don't get the free one. But I do need to remember my magical balance.
So, are you down? Or destiny point?
Sorry, how much damage?
It was 7.
7. Yes, I'm down, so I'll use another destiny point to
Okay.
get 3 back up.
3d6 back.
I'm 9.
You got 3 destiny points left now. And that was his first attack. Yep. Second attack, +4. 17 to hit for
Yeah.
7 damage.
Oh, I still have 2.
Sweet.
Round is over. Roll d4.
Ari,
Con saves
I'm not
DC 13.
You can roll it from now on. I'm done. I'm just telling you, I'm not doing anything. Man.
Oh, you made your
Oh, I
save
made
though.
that.
The poor guy's that crossbow wielder back there.
Yeah, he made his save too. All right, good deal.
Okay. Mooncatch.
All right, here we go. Firebolt. But I am going to, now that I remembered I have this stupid thing, I am going to balance fate and treat the roll as a 10. And
Oh, nice.
so that will be 10 plus, what is my plus on spells? 6, so 16.
That's a hit for 8 fire.
Yep.
Nice. Schnog. Killing blow time.
Ready?
Yes.
No.
Oh my god. Can I use one of my destiny
His turn.
points?
Recharging.
You don't have any points. No.
D6. Did not recharge. Attack and Mooncatch. +4. 14 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. That'll put me down. So how many destiny points do I have left?
You have 3 left.
All right, I'll use another one.
All right. 2 left. Roll 3d6.
What
Oh
happened?
no.
God.
Oh no. This better miss you. D20. A hit. 4. 3 damage. He's done. Round's over. Roll D4.
Ha!
Oh,
Yeah.
you stunned him. The souls of test takers killed by the wizard appear out of the ether in swirling vortex, crying out for revenge. He makes a saving throw. DC 13 charisma. He's +2 on charisma. We made it. Not stunned. But
Dang it.
you guys aren't poisoned. Mooncatch.
All right, here we go. Firebolt. 16 for 4.
4. Got it. Schnog.
Yep. Okay, here we go. I don't know what you did to the macros, Tom, but I believe you.
All right. The wizard's making a recharge roll. Shield is recharged.
He recoded it and swapped the he swapped the 10 and the 20.
Tentacles. Miss and miss.
Holy cow!
Round is over. Roll D4.
Oh,
Roll poison saves. Ooh, made it. It's a 13.
all right, and then no.
Mooncatch.
All right, here we go. Firebolt.
Oh, so close.
I'm going to use my other. I have one of those balance fate,
All right. Okay.
so I'll use it, and so that'll hit for 3 fire damage.
3 fire. You'll take the 3 fire.
Okay.
Schnog.
Ah,
His turn. He doesn't have to recharge, so he's going to lash out with his tentacles. Hit. She'll drop you.
yeah, that'll drop me.
You have 2 destiny points left.
Well, I gotta do it.
Down to 1. Roll 3d6. Oh, not very good. Here's
No, it's
his
not.
tentacle lash. 15 hit for 4 damage.
All right, I've got 3
3 hit points. He's done. Rounds over. Roll d4. Oh my god. Con saves.
Oh, I told you I wasn't doing it, Tom. You
Too bad. You rolled it. Con saves. Oh, you made it.
All right.
Oh man, this is a fight and a
Oh,
half.
you made
You both made it.
Finally.
Mooncatch.
All right, Firebolt. 13 for 6.
13 for 6. He'll shield that for D10 plus 4. Shields all 6 of it, but he's spent for his shield now.
Okay.
Because he knows.
Snog.
Why would I hit?
No.
Oh my god!
What are the odds of this? This is ridiculous.
Recharging his power. D6. Shields back to him.
And he gets his shield back, of course.
Yes. He lashes out at Mooncatch. D20. Miss. D20. Hit. 4. Well, anything will drop you. You want to use your last destiny point?
If I do I fail the test?
I don't think so. Let me see, double check. It just means that you don't have any left, is all. Yep, you'd be fine.
All right, well, I'll do it.
Okay, 3d6. Ooh, nice.
Holy crap.
Wow, and he's done. That round's over. Roll d4.
No, you roll it. I'm not rolling.
Yeah, we're not rolling it anymore.
D4. Oh, no! He stunned himself, unless he makes a save. Made a save. 14.
Ah.
Okay, Mooncatch.
All right, here we go. Firebolt. 21 for 9.
Wow, here's his shield. D10 plus 4. 8. He took 1, and shield's gone.
Okay.
If I get a 4 again, I'm...
Here, go get a D20.
Yes!
I'm not using this stupid thing. Just roll it in the box. But there, roll it. Tell me what you got.
3.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So it wasn't that, it's just you.
His turn. Recharging. Recharging D6. Shield's recharged.
God dang it.
Mooncatch lashing out at you with his tentacles. D20 plus 4. Hit for 10.
Okay.
And hit for 5.
So 15 total?
15 total. Rounds over. Roll D4. Want me to roll it? D4?
Yeah.
He gets a 1. This is Flood of Blood. Rushes across the ground. DC 13 strength save or push 30 feet toward him. Mooncatch, you're already next to him, but you're prone now next to him.
Okay.
Schnog, DC 13 strength save.
There we go. Oh, you made it.
It did, okay. And then, but Mooncatch, you go first, so you can stand right back up.
Oh, stand right back up. I'm going to take my potion of greater healing.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that is my action. I'm just confident I don't have anything else I can do, but let me double check. Oh, I do have a second level spell slot. Yeah, and then I'm going to Misty Step away from him.
Ooh,
so,
smart.
Yeah, thought I was out of those. Should have paid better attention. Okay.
You want more ground behind you?
No, I'm going to Misty Step towards my ally.
No, don't bring it up.
Because if I go down, you can heal me with a potion that I have on me. And then I'm going to move to there. And then I don't have a potion of greater healing macro. And I can't. What is that? 3d4? Do you remember what it is? Tom, are you there? No, we're not doing it. Go ahead and put that back up. Hey, stop doing that.
Testing. You guys hear me now?
44 plus.
You guys hear me now?
44 plus 4. Yep.
Yeah.
So I got 17 back.
Nice. Okay. That was your turn. Schnog, your turn.
We're gonna try to shoot it.
Let's see if you hit. Oh my god. Oh my god. His turn. He doesn't have to do his shield. It's already still up. He's going to go chasing after Mooncatch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't get within melee reach, but he will do his arcane burst at +6 to hit. +6. Oh my god.
Granted. Jeez, of course you did.
Big.
This is 4d10 plus 4.
Holy crap.
29 plus 4. Dropping Mooncatch to the ground. He's done. Mooncatch, death save.
Fail.
1 failure. Schnog, your turn.
I need you to get up. So moving back, Patrick. Can't get up here to heal me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, try to kill him, but are you gonna try to shoot him again and then move forward?
Yeah.
Okay. 10.
Rigged.
All right, that's as much as you can move up.
All right. His turn. Close on Schnog. 2, 5, 6. Doesn't get within reach, so he does his range attack at +6 to hit. That's a hit for 2d10 plus 4. 24 to Schnog. Dropping Schnog.
He's down.
All right. Round's over. Mooncatch, death save.
That's all right.
1 failure. Schnog, death save.
I'll just roll my macro. Made it, or at least a
1 success. Okay. Then Mooncatch, death save. You regain consciousness. all of you, at Waihan's apothecary shop. Waihan says, my contacts at the Tower of High Sorcery in Wayward have denied your request to become a member of the Tower of High Sorcery, but the threat of the dragon army is too great. The head of the conclave, the Mage Parsalion, has granted you a special exception. Waihan offers you a simple wooden brooch studded with black, red, and white stones, the symbol of the Mages of High Sorcery. She says he has allowed you to practice magic as a provisional member of the Mages of High Sorcery. You must pass the test at a future date, at a time to be decided after the dragon army's threat has passed. Until then, this token represents the conclave's blessing, and she says, congratulations, with a look of disdain, Provisional Mage. And that's the end. That was some bad luck there, man.
Yeah.
He had 2 hit points for the longest time, too.
Yeah, it's not good if you have 2 people, and if you like only are able to. I mean, if you have a string of bad rolls, and then when you do actually get a good roll, then he's able to reduce it to 0.
Yeah. Yeah, his armor class was only 12, and I mean you're plus 5 with the crossbow.
4 plus 4.
Plus 4. Ouch. And doing a ton of damage if you hit. It's too bad. But,
I'm sorry, Tom. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay.